Alright, Bonehawks, this video is all about Mavado and Quan. Wanted to dive into this just to say, hey, how good of a pairing are these two? Because Mavado, of course, just released, and I'm seeing people all sorts of sauce with him. So I wanted to go over what I've kind of explored with Quan so far, and maybe some possibilities of things down the road. And then my overall rating of how great they are as a pairing. So let's get into it.
Accept your death.
So let's talk the elephant in the room right now. Yes, 800 health. That's a big blow to Quan, already a low health character. Taking away 100 health, that's a lot. Is it worth it? Well, let's break this down move by move. So starting with the main one that he has, the bomb, which is a mid, plus on block. In my mind, the optimal way to play this with Quan would be to use it to kind of keep away. Put it on the ground, walk back, start your zoning, whatever. Unfortunately, some characters get throws off of this, like combos off their throws with this. Quan is not one of those characters because the tracking on the bomb is really bad. So you can see, even as I'm just about, he's coming through that second portal, Mavado still thinks he's over there, so that kind of sucks. You can get some Oki if you wait until he's actually on the ground. But I don't think that's particularly good. But that's just me. So I'm sure that things will evolve, and these are only like a day and a half old type things. So things will be found and whatnot. But yeah, no combos off throws with Quan. Raiden has some absolutely disgusting ones with like three-way mix-ups and stuff competitor was doing. Absolutely craziness. Next move is the Nomad's Touch. And this is an interesting move that brings you together, but we have the frame advantage. 24 hit advantage. So we can keep it our turn. We can either use this hit advantage to back away, create more space, or we can move in to go for some sort of pressure or something like that. This move is actually surprisingly good for Quan as well in pressure, as it can jail off of forward 2. Meaning your opponent can't armor and whatever, and it's plus 10 on block. Because people are going to be respecting this move there. That comes in, then you're plus 10. Boom, just like that. 1-2, same idea. Not quite as plus, at plus 7. But you can use this to kind of, because of we got our slow buttons anyways, to turn this into 9 frames, so that kind of a thing. If you want to risk the high. I think this is actually probably one of the better choices to use that move if you're going to do that. But it also combos off of standing 4 as well. From pretty much full screen because it comes up behind him. So that's kind of a cool use for it. Again, brings them together when Quan doesn't really want to be there. So that's kind of interesting to note. Next move is the best feet forward, which he comes from off screen and kind of hits him, allowing for a bounce. I don't think this is great with Quan combo paths, if I'm being quite honest. Just because it doesn't seem like if we do our regular one off of this one, which is fairly hit confirmable, 277. So we do the same one off the similar path. Changes our combo a little bit, and 262. So I don't think that Quan combo paths are really the greatest for this particular move. Again, it's still early, so we may be able to find things and whatnot, but none of the stuff I found has been particularly useful. Here are 2 instances where I did find it useful. First off, if we do just our regular B&B here, which is this one, it says 276 damage. I dropped it, but it's 276, so remember that. And here's what it does if we add Mavado in at the end of it. So 302. So we get a little bit of extra damage there, so that's kind of nice. It's nothing that any other cameo couldn't do, potentially, for our combos. Quan isn't particularly a combo character, unless he has this up and then he's just going hog wild, you know? So this is where I'm not sure if this particular move helps us out too much. Here is possibly the most useful part of this move that I found, and it's after his mix. So we got high, mid, overhead. We got high, mid, low. If we hit the low, you can actually combo off of it with Mavado. It's a short combo. It's the same combo that we do off of, say, Reiko's command grab or Shujinko, but it's just neat to actually get a combo off this move that we wouldn't have otherwise. I thought that was very useful, and I think that's really good for Quan, especially if they're not familiar with how to block both the mix between the overhead and the low. Might be game changers in certain matchups. And this next move is far and away the best move for Quan. Like, this one move makes me want to use this cameo just for this one move, and it's the Just Dessert move. Now, this is expensive, but it would help Quan Chi out immensely because we build meter pretty fast as Quan Chi. Oh my god, I can't hit a floss block and talk at the same time. I'm determined to prove this wrong, though. I can do this. No, maybe I can't. Hold on. Alright, nailed it. First try, no problem. You heard it here first. So yeah, 2 bars with Quan is pretty expensive for this move. I would love to see a push block implemented in this game. I think a lot of people have said that just with how wild and crazy and like some of the pressure is. I just worry about that it would like absolutely kill certain characters like Kenshi, for example. I think that would kind of counterbalance that matchup in a kind of a different way. But just having the availability of this move with Quan Chi is super duper useful. Although it is, like I said, expensive, it puts us right where it wants to be. And what's crazy is it punishes everything. Like, it doesn't... I tested this on stuff that's 0 on block, that's -2 on block, that's plus on block. It punishes everything. So as long as you execute it, you get your punish, the full screen, that's right where we want to be to zone to build that meter back up, so when they get back in, we can do it again. This move is definitely is mad synergy with Quan Chi. 110%. The best move Mavado has that Quan Chi can take. And the Ninja Drop basically functions the same as the other move that he does coming forward, except it just comes from the sky and allows for another combo. What I forgot to mention earlier, which is nice about these 2 moves, is it actually gives Quan Chi a 1-bar combo that's kind of viable, because before it was either spend no bar and get like wimpy damage, or spend 2 bars for the tentacle and get some decent for Quan damage. So now we have a way to kind of do a 1-bar combo, get some kind of decent-ish damage, 325, with full screen presence there, so yeah. Or you could use your whole cameo meter and cash out. For 350 for 1 bar. So that is kind of nice that it gives us the 1-bar punish, where in reality we would not have that. And finally, sliding home. It's okay. It's a good move. You can time this so that it works. I find because all of my combos with Quan Chi, I want to hit them away, I don't want them anywhere close to you. I just find he misses most of the time. So not really a combo, not really a move I would use in my scenario really anyways, because I want to use that hit advantage to kind of set up some other stuff. I'm not saying it's useless by any means, it's definitely got its place for sure. I just think for how funky our combos are and how strict the timing is, that's not really something I think I would use. But again, it's still early, so who knows, that might change as well. So finally, my overall rating on this pairing. Is Mavado a good cameo for Quan Chi? No, not a chance. He does some nice things, and the push block, I think anybody in the cast could say that's good for their character. I don't think that necessarily meshes with Quan Chi, other than we maybe build a little bit of meter faster. But I almost hard stop at the 800 health. Like, I was like testing the waters when I was trying Motaro with 850, but this is like hard no. Like that's 2 combos from like most of the cast. So yeah, I think he needs the health up more than he needs the health down. Especially with what Mavado kind of brings to the table for him. That with his moves not really meshing with Quan Chi's combo routes that well. That's kind of a factor. Yeah, I just don't think he's a good cameo for Quan. He's a great cameo overall. I've seen crazy stuff with Johnny Cage, with Raiden, Scorpion, all sorts of unblockable, fun to blockable, guess again bro kind of stuff. So I'm not saying he's a bad cameo by any stretch of the imagination. He's just not good for Quan. That's my consensus. I'm the Quan Chi guy, so here we are. What do you think of this video? What do you think? How does he mesh with your character? Havoc is one that people are saying is actually viable now because of Mavado, which is something I have to talk about. I think we'll go into that on the podcast this week. I have some thoughts on that. But yeah, Havoc players rejoice. You can finally play the game now. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like because it really helps me out. And subscribe if you haven't, because I make new videos almost every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks, all that stuff, and we'll see all you Bonehawks in the next video.
Accept your death.